Now I'm going to turn my attention to Richard Roth, who has some new information for us.
Yes,
Richard?
I'm a few blocks north of what was the Twin Towers of Manhattan, a New York and world icon. As you've been reporting earlier, those New Yorkers who have woken up from their nightmare, which proved to be true, have gone out and gotten some newspapers, and the two leading tabloids in New York City both calling it an act of war. For me, it's kind of eerily familiar. Nearly 11 years ago, I stood on a rooftop in Tel Aviv with Israeli newspapers saying almost the exact same headlines and words as Iraq attacked that evening and war started in the Persian Gulf. Behind me, you see what was left of part of the 7 buildings in the World Trade Center complex. The towers dedicated in '73, they never fully opened until 1976. World Trade number 7, more than 40 stories, was the last to go yesterday. This, what you're looking at, is the heart of New York and, in effect, the world's financial center, though a lot of transactions are done electronically. Down here in lower Manhattan, Wall Street shut down, power turned off to these giant skyscrapers, streets deserted, ghost town effect. In the area of where the blast occurred from the commercial jetliners, it's like a nuclear winter. Ash, soot piled on top of cars 3 inches deep, firefighters covered with it. Of course, in the rubble, New York estimates more than 250 firefighters believe lost and trapped. Reports still, of course, of some cell phone communications from those who perhaps are still trapped in some of the lower structures. There are rescue vehicles and personnel from states surrounding New York and all through the Midwest and the South. Salvation Army units from Pennsylvania spotted, from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, with coffee and cold drinks for tired, exhausted rescue workers going through the night. Mini street kitchens set up. There's a real beehive hub of activity. You may not be able to see it on this street, but further on the west side of Manhattan near the Hudson River, that's sort of where ground zero outposts have been established. Papers, financial folders, the ways of business from desks, offices, from the 2 giant structures over 100 stories tall still cascade into the area. Smoke, of course, what you're seeing billowing up. Soon we're going to be coming up on 24 hours since the planes attacked. 78 police officers still feared dead. One insurance company estimating that perhaps more than 1,000 of their employees have yet to be accounted for. New York City still just beginning now to grapple with exactly what happened. Of course, New Yorkers have been advised not to come to work. Thus, all of the surrounding streets of Manhattan at this hour, which would normally be incredibly humming and busy, are deserted. And people are staying in and presumably watching television. Bodies have been taken to various triage facilities and hospitals along New York's west side. Blood centers have been established, things like that. Paula.
Richard, I have to admit to you, your audio was distorted at the top of your report. Would you like to reprise the first 30 seconds or so of your report, because we didn't capture that?
Well, I was holding up the 2 of the leading tabloid newspapers from New York, where you presumably saw It's War, and says the New York Daily News, an act of war, World Trade Center destroyed, many dead, according to the New York Post. And I was relating how that was, for me, eerily familiar. It was just like what happened 11 years ago, nearly 11 years ago, on the roof in downtown Tel Aviv after Iraq struck near the Israeli Defense Ministry, and war had erupted a day earlier in the Persian Gulf. And that's pretty much what I was saying, Paula. And of course, here in downtown New York, a lot of activity at the site, the smoke. Some fear asbestos, PCBs, other poisonous substances, but nothing really confirmed yet. And of course, thousands of rescue workers down there, New York City, trying to dig out whoever could be saved in the rubble.